Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge. So today I'm going to be working on the C-10, and I'm going to delete the gas filler hole in the cab. The gas tank is in the back of the cab, or in the cab right behind the driver's seat. And I'll flip the camera around in a second and show you what I'm doing. But I'd like to ask you guys if you could please subscribe. We have something special coming up real soon in March, and I'm really excited about it. And I'd like to build up my subscriber base on YouTube so that we can go ahead and do this. And this is something that, I'll be able to share with you guys, and a little bit more when it gets a little bit closer. But if you could please hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on your television, it's really easy. Just, hit the up button, it'll come up to the channel, and then they'll say go to channel. You hit that, it'll go over and hit subscribe, if you don't mind. I appreciate all the support on the channel. But I'm gonna flip this around and I'll show you what I'm working on. So today should be a pretty quick video. I'm doing the bodywork and stuff on this C-10 and trying to get that down to bare metal. That's the piece that goes right here. And after that gets to bare metal, I'll be ready to start putting some epoxy and stuff on this and some body filler and whatever. A couple little rust holes I gotta fix, but I'll get to those. The customer asked for this to be deleted, and that's your gas filler hole where your gas cap goes. And I gotta clean the inside here. And then next thing I'm gonna do, I was gonna use this. You can see where I drew it on there earlier. And it's just not big enough. There's too much of a gap in there to weld. So I would probably like to TIG weld this. I'm not sure yet. But I'm gonna find something that I could throw on this piece of metal. Sorry about the crappy camera work. And just something around that I could draw this out, cut it out on the Beverly shear, and then we'll go from there. So this video is brought to you by Summit Racing. They sponsored this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Summit. And I was looking at this, and I think this is the right size. Yeah, that'll probably work. So I got my tripod set up, and this is something you can get from Amazon. I checked into these, and this was actually sent to me by Ghana Awake's Utah's Garage and Workshop. And these are absolutely badass. I keep breaking the plastic cheap ones. So this has a lock right here, and then this is adjustable, so you can go up and down, hold your phone in there to film with. And then this, you loosen this, and it goes any direction, forward, backward, whatever, and it's on like a round pivot setup. And then Bill Cameron is the one that sent me this tall tripod, and I use my smaller one from Turlo's, so it's awesome. If you guys haven't checked out Turlo's Garage or Bill Cameron's Edge of Eternity on YouTube, go check them out. And then also go check out Ghana Awake's Utah Garage and Workshop. This is that phone setup right here, and here's the brand. And you can pick these up on Amazon. Really cool setup though. But it cracked me up. He sent these to me, and I was like, Ghana Awake, Utah's Garage, Johnny Utah, he sent me these, and I was like, what in the hell? Why is he sending me this crap? I'm not into Mickey Mouse. And then it made me laugh because I don't know if you can see that. It says Arco brand right there on the back. He's a nut. Anyways, thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. So that's the thing is with these tripods, well, not the tripods, but the phone holders. I'm filming this with my iPhone right now, but these phone holders, a lot of times it's a pain in the ass when you're trying to film for YouTube to show what you're doing. You have to sit and mess around so much with the phones and stuff, and then you got to turn them on and turn them off and everything else. It makes it a lot easier when you have a setup like this on your tripod, like the one that he sent me. And you can see right here, I'm talking to you guys, and I'll show you how fast it is to set this thing in there and adjust it. I already let go of it, it's done. Super easy. So, I mean, it's a really nice setup. And then what I'll do is I'll adjust it where I need, tighten it back up, and I'm done. That fast. I mean, really, really nice setup. And like I said, it's all billet aluminum, so you don't have to worry about it breaking or whatever. So that makes it really nice. So I'm gonna get this drawn out and quit rambling. And then I'll take you guys over to the Beverly shear and we'll cut this real quick. So this is the Harbor Freight Beverly shear, and I'm really happy with this thing. I got this, I've had it for about 2 years now. Ow. And you can see how easy it cuts. Really, really nice. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. I won't bore you with the whole thing, but go ahead and get this cut out. And then usually what I do on a circle is you can take small bites and just walk it all the way around. But to me, it's faster to just cut the whole damn thing out real quick and then run it over and put it on the belt sander. Wear safety glasses, don't be a dumbass. So I was looking at this and thinking it was flat. Obviously this piece is flat, but this here, I took a shape checker and ran it like this. So I got that same, shape on there, and you can see right there that it's pretty rounded. So I'll have to shape this a little bit, but I mean, I'll just put it on the beater bag or whatever and kind of smooth it out. I mean, you could probably do it with your hand. I'm using 18 gauge sheet metal right now. So I'll get that ready so I can get it welded in there. Helps if you hit record, it records better. Next thing I'm gonna do is just hit this with a die grinder so I can clean up the edges or whatever, get it ready to bend and put that hole. There's a little bit of rust on the back, I'm gonna clean that up. If you guys haven't checked out our other channels, Iron Outlaws on YouTube, Iron Horse Garage, and NZMOPAR Outlaw Customs, go check them out. Awesome channels. But I'm gonna clean this up real quick with the die grinder and then go from there. Next thing I think I'll do is clean up all this primer and stuff that's inside the hole. That way I get a really nice finish in there when I go to weld it. So Bill Cameron, Edge of Eternity, sent me these, he's got a YouTube channel, you guys should go check it out. But he sent me these little barrel sanders, and man, these things are awesome. Super handy. I don't know why I never used those before. It was funny, the other day I had somebody ask me why I had the pink wrenches. These are pink powder coated. It's because I keep losing them. And I have this one modified. It's all thinned down like a thin wrench. And I actually lost my thin wrench set the other day, so I couldn't find them. But these are just for my die grinders, for the arbor here, to loosen it and tighten it and whatever. The other thing I was gonna say too is I pulled the gas tank out of this truck already. I didn't want a chance, welding the cab corners and then welding this filler hole for the gas tank, and having problems with it, sparks flying in there and going in the gas tank or something. And there's no gas in there, but I think that to me, honestly, is more dangerous when there's a full tank gas. I know that sounds dumb, but it's the fumes that blow up. So you just gotta be real careful. But I'm gonna get this piece bent and I'll get my welder set up over here. I was gonna TIG weld this, but that gap is a little bit more than what I want. And then once I bend it and everything, bend that piece, I might as well go ahead and MIG weld it. And I'll just be careful not to warp it, MIG weld it, clean it up, grind it, whatever, and then it'll be ready for a little skim of body filler. I was gonna use the beater bag, but my stump is right here next to me, and I checked it out right here. This divot here is perfect, and then all I'm gonna do is just tap really easy in the center, and then maybe once here and once here, and it doesn't take much. And the reason I use a stump is when you hit it, it's almost like a dead blow hammer. It takes that shock and just stops it. It doesn't let it keep going through. So, like with a normal hammer, if you hit on a piece of metal to metal, it just keeps going through. So you'll dent something really hard. This is gonna be something where I'll use like a softer hammer and, just put a bend in it. And honestly, it takes like 30 seconds. I'm just kind of explaining. It's taking longer to explain to you guys what I'm doing than it does to make the piece. So now I just need a softer hammer, and I was thinking about using a wood hammer, and I'll have to go into my hammer archives and go find one real quick. So I have a Harbor Freight hammer here, and this is just a 2-inch teardrop mallet. And I pick these up on sale all the time. They go for like $8, but you can get them for like $5 sometimes if you have a card or whatever, or a coupon. And I'm gonna just use the smaller tip and just walk it right through there. So. And like I said, it won't take much. Probably already too much right there. Just make it like a turtle shell shape. A little bit of gap in there, but I'll smooth this out on a post ollie and clean it up. That'll work good. Yeah, that shape will work nice. So, like I said, I'll just put it on a post ollie and I'll clean up all these dents and then get this thing spot welded in there. So I have a small, from Tim the Tool Man. Thanks, brother. That's a beater bag, a small handheld, and it's a lead beater bag, so it's not sand, so it's got a lot of a different feel. You can get a lot of different shapes with it. And then I also have a cannonball. And I'm not trying to make this like a little tiny job into this huge job. It's just I have a lot of people that are always asking me questions about how I do things. So that's why I'm trying to really thoroughly explain what I'm doing, because that's kind of a simple piece. I mean, a kindergartner could make this. No offense to anybody. It's just, some people don't know how to do it. There's a lot of stuff I don't know how to do either, but I get in there and do it. I'm gonna use that cannonball and tap around with I got a high crown hammer, and then I got a flat face hammer. And also you want to make sure your faces are really clean so you don't mess up you don't mar up that piece that you're doing. But I want to do a little quick shout out to Nick in Nevada. And I think he's in Nevada. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where he's at. But I was telling him the other day, if you want to take these shape checkers, he was having a problem. He's working on a Chevy pickup too, working on the cab corner, just like I'll be doing on this truck here. And he was saying that he needed a longer shape checker. They do make them really long. I've seen them where you can get them, 8 foot long, 6 foot long. Like there's a bunch of companies that make different styles. They're not all like this. But I was explaining to him that you can go to Harbor Freight and get this Quinn brand. You take these screws off the end and take this piece off here, and you can actually connect these and make them longer. So if you had 2 blue ones, this is a 1 foot, and you'd have a 2 foot piece. and you would have a 2-foot shape checker or a contour gauge. So really cool. But what's up, Nick? Hopefully you'll be over here soon, huh? Good to see you and your wife, man. But I'm gonna get back after this right here and start tapping on this a little bit. And all I'm doing is trying to clean up these edges and some of these dents. And you know, a lot of stuff, a lot of things become post ollies. I mean, you can use all kinds of stuff. This is an old cast iron cannonball. I actually have 3 cannonballs a friend of mine gave me. He asked me, hey, I'm gonna throw these away, you want them? And I'm like, hell yeah, this one got broken. You know, obviously probably getting fired out of a cannon or something, but I don't know where they came from. But they work. And then now I'm gonna flip it from the cannonball. I'm gonna flip it and run it on the small beater bag that Tim the Toolman sent me. And then that crown it's dished down. So I'm gonna use the dished hammer there on the beater bag. Now I think what I'll do is I'll run over to the, sorry about that. I'll run over to the anvil and I'll smooth it out the rest of the way on the top of the anvil because it's on a flat panel there, and quit messing around with this thing and start getting this thing welded in. So I got my beautiful assistant here now, so.
Who?
You know.
I don't know her name. I broke it. See, I'm in the shop 5 seconds and I start
Her
breaking.
name's I broke it.
Yeah. Yep.
So I decided to TIG weld this because TIG welding's more fun, so. Watch your eyes. Or burn up the tungsten. Check it out. Zach made me that. Zach from Max made me this TIG welding torch holder, and I love it because it even goes to my cart too. So
Those magnets like literally stick, you know?
And then what I'm doing is I'm gonna just put tack welds and walk it around until it's perfect. And I had to get the long ass snap-on hammer to push this out where I needed it. Pop the breaker.
What?
Yeah.
That's so fun. Be right back.
Oh. Go ahead, say it.
I found the problem. This is gonna rub it in a little bit.
Yeah, the welder.
Babe,
So I'm messing with breakers and stuff, and I looked right at that plug-in. Didn't realize there was a GFI breaker on there.
simplest
So she
solution.
wants me to say, "I'm sorry, babe. I didn't know there was
No,
one
you
on
didn't
there."
even yell at me. It's just the simplest solution first. You taught me that.
Yeah, I was just
Getting-
testing you.
But yeah, right.
That's what it was.
Yeah, a test. I'll remember that.
Just testing.
Yeah, test you.
You test me every day.
Just your patience, babe.
Yep.
Just your patience. I'm trying to get the angle so you can see that bend. So you're just shaping it and then walking around as you create the shape.
Yipperoonie. Because I got it close, but I want to make sure and spot weld it all the way around, you know?
I got it.
Watch your eyes. I just want it like that where it's flush. You know, where this panel's flush to this panel, and then I'll fill it as I'm going around, so.
Beauty.
Now that's nice and flush, that's nice and flush. So then, now I can weld from here to here without stopping. And then right here I got a low spot, you know, and I'll have to walk around, so. You can go ahead and shut that camera off, babe.
Okay.
Damn it. Well, I got it all finished up. The shape is nice. Everything fits really nice. I'm not going to metal finish this because this is going to get a skim of body filler pretty much on the whole truck. So I'm not going to mess around with that. But I got the shapes all nice here, and that's all I was worried about. So like I said, I'm not going to metal finish it. I mean, if this was on something where I was going to send it out like this, I would. But with a skim of body filler and high build primer, you'll never see that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna get out of here. I got a bunch more stuff to do and get on to the next project. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.